Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. It is Shenandoah County Tourism Tuesday. We do it every single month. Kary Haun on the Zooms with me today, and bonus, Brittany Clem-Hott is joining us because we are talking summer in Shenandoah County. I think it's a good title for the podcast, ladies. What do you think?
Yeah, that's great because it is summer and we are in Shenandoah County and it's got all the small town charm that you could dream of.
We've spent the last 20 minutes talking about all of the cool, fun things there are to do, and then realized we should probably be recording for the actual show. We spent a good bit of time talking about baseball and ice cream because the Valley League baseball is a pretty big deal up and down the valley, but Shenandoah County is home to 3 different teams.
So this is what we love about the way that our county is laid out with lots of little small towns. We like to say they're strung along Route 11 like a string of pearls. But our big town to the north is Strasburg. Our town in the middle is Woodstock. And then down at the south end, we have Newmarket. And each one of them has their own baseball team. It is a wonderful way for the community to come together, not just to come to the games, but the way the league works is that these are collegiate players. And these are guys who are expected to be recruited to the major leagues at some point, right? So they are just playing baseball year round. And we really get to see sort of the best of the collegiate level players. And the other wonderful thing about that, what makes it so sort of ingrained in the community is that these baseball players get aligned with residents to host them for the summer. So I know I've had friends and neighbors who have hosted a baseball player for the season and they just love it. And it's kind of like having your own college kid at home who goes off and plays a game. I know that when my neighbors hosted a baseball player, they used to go to his games every single time he played in Woodstock because they were rooting for their own kid.
I think it really just speaks, Kary and Janet, to how welcoming our community is and like taking these players under their wing, but also just becoming huge fans of these players as our community does. And it's just so exciting to go enjoy all that Shenandoah County has to offer during the day and then come be a part of this community aspect and cool off at the nighttime hours with a fun outdoor activity under the lights. It's super fun.
It gives the classic small town flavor, right? The whole community gathers. We go to the baseball stadium, we watch the game, we have a hot dog, we go eat ice cream afterwards. And I've been on the Valley Baseball League's website and I was looking at their About Us page, and their mission is to provide affordable family entertainment. So it's really a way for us to, as a small community, go out and spend time with family and be entertained.
Yeah, and a lot of time at these games, you'll see the kids of families joining together. They don't even know each other, but they're running after foul balls together and they're trading them in for baseball cards and Cracker Jacks and all those fun things during these games. While the parents, they're just enjoying America's favorite sport and just finding some friends as well, the people that they're sitting beside. And even the teenagers. I remember growing up and going to a Newmarket Rebels baseball game after a long day spent at the pool or wandering around with friends, and then just joining up with them late night in a very positive atmosphere, and then strolling over to get some ice cream at Peeps ice cream stand in Newmarket, and then going back to the baseball game to see how everything pans out for the Rebels.
Kary, that's the one thing that all of these towns that we've been talking about that are within these pearls that we're talking about within Shenandoah County, you guys have the 3 core baseball teams, but they all have ice cream stands. They all have something a little bit cool and unique that after, like when Josh would play Little League and their Little League game would be over, that's where the whole team would head is to the local ice cream stand to get either a frozen custard or to get a hand dipped cone. You've got a ton of those up and down Shenandoah County as well.
So I can speak directly to the Woodstock ice cream scene. Yeah. So if you're over at the Woodstock, is it the River Bandits? Yes. They play over at the Central High School Stadium. And really close by, you have Katie's Custard, which is over on Route 11. And then my favorite hand dipped ice cream, which is Sugar Creek, has moved to that side of town. So you'll find Sugar Creek up there on Route 11, very close to where the Food Lion is.
I did not know Sugar Creek had moved. I'm so out of
Yes.
touch.
Yeah. They're still bright pink.
That's good to know. And their ice cream, no matter, it wouldn't matter to me if they moved to Newmarket. I would still make the trip to go to Newmarket to have Sugar Creek ice cream cone because their ice cream is
It's
amazing.
so good.
I'm a
Yes.
hand dipped gal. I will
I am
sometimes
too.
like a custard or a froyo, but I am all in for a hand dipped scooped ice cream cone.
I agree.
Yeah, and if you go down to Strasburg for a Strasburg Express Valley League baseball game, you can journey over to the ice cream depot in downtown Strasburg. So let's not forget about that option. And while we're talking ice cream, there's some other awesome ice cream locations, not so specific to journeying over from a Valley League baseball game, but we do have some really cool ice cream things going on with a different sport like putt-putt. And
Oh, we have 2 of those.
yeah. One of my favorite spots, since we're talking along this string of pearls, the Edinburgh putt putt or mini golf and ice cream spot is really cool, and it's right beside Route 11.
And then if you're hanging out in the Basie area, maybe you're going to Bryce Resort, or maybe you're going to Pale Fire, or
You're on your way to Orkney
Burn
Springs to see a
Barrel, the
concert
Burn
for
yes,
the
or you're
music
on your way to
festival.
Orkney Springs. Exactly. You'll find that there is Smiley's ice cream, but they also have putt putt. So
Yes.
again, another really fun summer thing to do.
Yes, I love that course. That thing is huge too. It's really neat. I think they have one of those gem mining, what are those things
Oh,
called?
a
The gem mining flues?
sluicing juice. Yeah,
So there's lots of kids activities out there beside that putt-putt course. It's pretty awesome. And then the parents can journey over and grab pizza from Pale Fire or grab dinner at the Burn Barrel. It's like one little campus of fun summertime entertainment. So pretty neat.
So, Kary, if somebody's listening today and they want to know when the Woodstock River Bandits are playing or when Strasburg Express has their next game or the Newmarket Rebels, is all of that on that Valley League Baseball website that you were talking about earlier?
ValleyBaseballLeague.com. If you look that up, this website is so easy to navigate. It tells you all about them. There's a whole place where you can just look at the schedule. You can see the scores of how the league is going for the summer. You can see a list of teams. You can get the rosters. You can get the stats. You can even watch old games. They have a whole place where you have links to watch games on YouTube. You can learn everything you want about the Valley Baseball League just at their website, valleybaseballleague.com. Now, I will say one of the things that I was asking you about earlier is because I noticed that there isn't a place on the website for actually purchasing tickets. And I think the reason for that is because you just show up and you can either pay for your tickets in cash. And again, it's really affordable. Or I think some of them do take a credit card there. But I think you were telling me, Janet, was something about how sometimes the games are sponsored.
A lot of times the local businesses, as a way of supporting the team, will sponsor a night. And so they'll write a check to the organization because while these kids are coming in from all over the country, in some cases, mostly East Coast, but some have been known to come from the Midwest, the organizations that run them, that run these individual teams, are nonprofits. And so they have to sometimes maintain a field or they help the kids with the uniforms. There are expenses that they also have to cover. So they will have sponsored nights by the local businesses. And then that means anybody who comes that shows up that night might get in for free because a business has sponsored it and they don't have to charge the admission fee, which is so cool.
Yes.
It's an awesome, fun, affordable activity for everybody to enjoy and kind of submerge themselves in the Shenandoah County's community and just be a part of our life.
Baseball and ice cream. How can you go wrong?
Right?
can't.
Right?
Let's take a break. When we come back, I know that there is music, there are water walks. 4th of July is going to be here before we all know it. So, can we talk more about summer in Shenandoah County in the next segment?
Let's do it.
On the Zooms today for Shenandoah County's Tourism Tuesday, Kary, Haun, and Brittany Clem-Hott are joining me. We're going to learn more about all the cool, fun things to do throughout the summer in Shenandoah County when we come back in just a couple of minutes.
Wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way, improving lives so everyone can thrive. Where more people can gain access to healthcare and nutritious food for their tables. Where more community members can benefit from financial education and get connected to local resources for housing support. And where children are given more chances to reach their full potential. Community is where we find our strength and where we share our hope. United is the way. Visit unitedway.org.
Welcome back to the Valley. Today, I am your host, Janet Michael. If you are looking for something to do this summer in Shenandoah County, today is the show that you have been waiting for. And if you didn't know you were looking for things, we are about to tell you all of the things that you may not have even known existed. So I'm on the Zoom today with Kary, Haun, and Brittany Clem-Hott from Shenandoah County Tourism. In the first segment, we talked all about baseball and ice cream, and now it's all of the other things. So Brittany, I'm going to start with you because I understand you have the comprehensive list of when each town is doing their firework display for the 4th of July. So who's setting them off when?
Yeah, we're so excited to have so many towns and locations in our county to set off fireworks. So it really is a true destination to celebrate America's 250 this year. I got to put a plug in for that, the 250th anniversary. But I'll just start out in Newmarket on July 3rd. They are the only town that's offering fireworks this year on the 3rd in Shenandoah County. So you can really double up that weekend on your fireworks experience by starting with Newmarket. And then we also have some fireworks going off in the town of Woodstock. Everybody gathers at the fairgrounds for that firework display. And then Strasburg, the town of Strasburg is actually doing fireworks as well, which is an awesome place to go if you're heading down from the Northern Virginia area and you want to hit the first town in Shenandoah County. That's an awesome place to go. And then let's not forget one of our friends over to the west at Bryce Resort. They have a huge shindig out on the slopes for their fireworks. So that's truly a unique experience and a different vantage point for the fireworks. And really just a wonderful opportunity to submerge yourself in some small town culture and food and music and entertainment. Each one of these towns, they usually have some really cool events going on alongside those fireworks displays. So we got a lot going on this 4th of July.
And I have to give props to all these towns. So I know from talking to so many town managers over the years that they have to book their fireworks people years in advance for the 4th because of course that's a big firework day. But I also understand from someone that I just talked to a couple of days ago that with this being the 250th, it got even more complicated for some of these places because these firework people are not just in the local areas where we need them to be, they're all over the country. So the fact that they were
That's
still
right.
able to score them is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, kudos to our small towns and their event planners for really holding on to these events. And our fireworks displays are pretty darn impressive and have a great reputation for themselves. So perhaps it's their reputation that's really dedicated these companies to us. We're really excited to hold on to that experience and just be able to celebrate the 250th in these small towns and be a huge part of that.
The other thing that I think that all of, and again, we'll call them the pearls of Shenandoah County, do such a good job of is incorporating music into the different activities and things that they have. Some have a regular series that are run through the summer. Sometimes it's music at a brewery or it's at a winery, but there is music to be had all up and down Shenandoah County throughout the entire summer.
That's so true. Like in Strasburg, they've always had their front porch music series. This year, it's referred to as Front Porch Live. And I believe their most recent installment of that music series was on a Thursday evening. So it's nice to kind of mix up the days of the week for these summer music series. And then, of course, who can't forget Woodstock Rocks? I think that was the first music series to take place in Shenandoah County at their community park. And so that's just one of our beloved summer music series. And I would say that these music series have about 4 to 5 events that take place. So if you can't make one, you just wait for the next month to roll around, gather up the family. And there's usually food and other activities at these as well. And let's not forget on the south end of Shenandoah County, Newmarket Crossroads Fest, which is actually kind of a really unique location for a summer music series. It's actually set on the Rebel Park field. So, Valley League baseball isn't just for baseball, apparently. It's also a entertainment hub for the town of Newmarket. So you got that beautiful mountain backdrop with music going on. And yeah, there's just really nothing like it. You can just submerge yourself yourself and local talent and music of our area, which that's what I love the most about these series. They represent music from the area where everybody can just enjoy and cool off on a hot summer night.
So many of them are local performers. They're people that possibly you went to school with or your kids are going
Totally.
to school with, and they play such a wide variety of music that it's not like all you're going to hear is country music. You're going to hear some
Mhm.
bluegrass, and you're going to hear some folk, and you're going to hear some 80s classic rock. You're going to hear a little bit of everything at any of these different places that you go.
That's right. I know that they do a really good job of shaking it up from bluegrass to blues to rock and roll. It's just really cool. And you know what? It just go around and hit them all. And then you get a really good sampling of what we have to offer in Shenandoah County as far as music goes, and some really talented musicians. So we're really excited to kind of own that here in Shenandoah County.
Gary, the other thing that Shenandoah County owns is the river and all of the water activities that you guys have to go along with that. It wouldn't be summer if you couldn't cool off in the river.
Yeah, so I know I've already talked on the show a bunch of times about just my love of Seven Bend State Park, which is here in Woodstock, and the fact that you can now rent a kayak over on the Hollingsworth side and you can run that one bend of the river all the way over to the Lupton side. But one of the things I forget to talk about, I kind of take for granted because I walk this path probably 3 or 4 times a week. I do my little morning walk out there. But Seven Bend State Park has just the loveliest 3-mile loop, and most of it is going along the river. You're in full tree canopy and you're walking along the river, and it's just beautiful and peaceful and lots of wildlife and wildflowers. But then it occurs to me that there are other really beautiful river walks here in the county. Strasburg has its own river walk, which is very close to their town municipal park. And then let's not forget Lake Laura out at Bryce, which I just got to experience for the first time last year. Lake Laura is great. You can go and you can rent paddle boats and paddle boards and things like that, but they have a beautiful walk. It's about, I think, a 2.5-mile loop around the entire lake, which is just a beautiful walking or running path. To me, that's just like a perfect distance for just a good brisk walk. I love a water walk.
And you know me, if you're going to get me to do anything that even slightly resembles exercise, it's going to have something else going along with it. So a river walk would
Mhm.
be something that I could probably get behind.
Yes, yes. And all the wildlife, the birding that you get to see, like you get to see the bluebird boxes are out there at Seven Bend State Park. I see bluebirds and I see swallows and I see hawks, sometimes turkey, deer, turtles. There's just so much wildlife out there in the state parks that you can just enjoy.
I remember when we were talking a couple of months ago about your early morning canoe ride, your early morning thing that you were doing with one of the travel writers. And you were
Uh-huh.
painting this picture then of the turtle sunning himself on the rock and the deer that was over along the side of the river. It felt like a Disney movie.
It felt that way. I agree. We saw an eagle that day.
That's right. Yes.
Incredible.
So let's talk about food
Hmm.
because that's the other thing that Shenandoah County really shines at. We're a little bummed today because we were all supposed to meet up at Flower to Fork and have some coffee and record this show, but then a crazy thunderstorm came through and I got waylaid in Winchester and we weren't able to pull that together. But there are so many places that you can sit outside and enjoy the weather and have a really good meal.
So, not to sound repetitive or like a broken record when I just gush over all of the things that I love about summertime, it's true. Like, I'm a hermit when it comes to wintertime. Yes, I'll go to a restaurant, but there is something about going to a restaurant and being able to sit outside in the summer sun or in the summer heat. And even actually at dinner time when it's starting to cool off a little bit throughout the day, I'm going to rattle off some of the great places where you can go that has outdoor dining in Shenandoah County. If you're in Strasburg, the Box Office Brewery has some outdoor seating. You can go down to Edinburgh. Oh, I need to tell you this. Go to Edinburgh and get a picnic from Beans Barbecue. It's mostly a takeout place. I mean, there are some picnic tables in there to eat at, but if you haven't been to Beans Barbecue, that is the best barbecue. I just love it. Get yourself a picnic and just go sit outside somewhere. Miller Grill down in Newmarket, they have a beautiful outside patio seating. Woodstock Cafe, they have outdoor seating both in front of the restaurant and then in back. I like the back part of that because not only there's a parking lot back there, but the parking lot's really nice and they have beautiful strung lights. So it just kind of makes it a very cozy and beautiful atmosphere. Let's see, Flower to Forks, sometimes they have a summer dinner series where they do a great big table in the alleyway next to the building. But they also, if you go there for either their pizza night on Wednesday night or for their dinners on Friday evening, it's possible that you could be seated outside either at the lower level or in the upper level. What else am I thinking of? Swover Creek is a great place to go and get some of their wood-fired pizza or their homemade sausages and sit outside. That's a great place that if you just want to bring your dog, they're very dog friendly there and they're very kid friendly there. And then of course, there's lots of other things to do. Often they have live music. They have like a cornhole situation, or you can do disc golf there. Woodstock Brew House has a great patio situation too. Sometimes they do their live music out there if it's not raining on Thursday nights, but they have food and you can eat outside and it's a really nice atmosphere at the Woodstock Brew House. Again, going back out to Boise, Pale Fire is a brewery, but it also has amazing pizza. And the Burn Barrel is a restaurant right near there, like within the same parking lot area. And they also have outdoor seating. So those are just some of the best places to go when it's summertime and you get the opportunity to sit outside and breathe fresh air.
I think the food tastes better when you eat it outside. That's
I
just
think
my
so
personal
too.
opinion.
Mhm.
But Brittany, there are some days where it's just not it's
That's
just
right.
gross. But
That's
that's
right.
why you have the caverns because the temperature never changes underground.
That's right, Janet. Sometimes you just have a long stretch of 99-degree weather, and Shenandoah County in the Valley is known for some of our hot days, which we absolutely love for all of these cooler experiences, like with ice cream and everything that we enjoy. But we just want to remind everyone that Shenandoah Caverns has a wonderful tour, and it's an awesome place to just go underground, escape the heat for a day, and just take a tour, just be cool. They're just an awesome attraction. We're so excited to have them in Shenandoah County.
Probably one of the more family friendly attractions in
Yes.
Shenandoah County because kids just love being in those caverns.
It's crazy that you say that too, because I've heard parents say that they didn't think that their kids would be interested in taking a tour of anywhere and just be attentive the whole time. But for some reason, once they go underground, it's like they're completely fixated on what's around them and they pay attention and they're just loving life, but also being cool with the family and not just running around like crazy. So, hey, parents, little shout out to you. This might be a great idea for you.
Not to mention the fact that it stays around 55 degrees all the
That's
time
right.
down there, and it's an hour-long tour, and it's just a nice way to get away from the sun.
Kary and I, for years, Brittany have been saying that we wanted to go record a show in the caverns. And we just, again, we've had 10 years. It'll take us another 10 to actually make that happen.
I think that's coming soon. That's awesome. Love that idea.
So, Kary, if anything that we have said today has piqued someone's interest, all of the things that we've been talking about can be found on your website in various places and in various forms.
Yeah, so if you go to visitshenandoahcounty.com, you can go to our events tab and see all of the events that are happening, especially in the summer. You've got vineyards and wineries that are hosting different musical guests on weekends. They often have food events. So they'll put all of those things up on our website. So you can see them there at the events tab on our website, visitshenandoahcounty.com. But also some of the other events that are going on, like at Shrine-Mont or Marie's Fly Shop or any of the other sort of arts and crafts types of events, things that you can do during the summer in Shenandoah County. Visit shenandoahcounty.com. If you want to learn more about any of these listings, any of these businesses that we've talked about, just put the name in the search bar and you can see usually there's a blog written about it or there's just a listing that gives you a little bit more detail and can potentially link you to their website as well. So a lot of information on our website. Go there, you can learn everything about every business in Shenandoah County.
Thank you both for taking the time today to make me, again, wish that I lived in Shenandoah County. Now that I have to live there to come and enjoy all of this. That's the other key thing. I could be in Frederick County, in Middletown. I can live in Luray. I can live in Winchester and still enjoy Shenandoah County.
Yes.
Just a drive away, Janet.
Kary, thank you for taking the time today. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And Brittany, it's always good to see your smiling face.
Good to see you, Janet. It's just so fun. Thank you.
I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, just a few minutes after noon. So meet me here then.